Welcome to TradeTheMBI.com. This is John's report. It's for the 31st, so we end the month, well, pretty much exactly where we started it. Literally, we opened at 2361, just a fraction under that right now, a little bit of softness coming back, filling in. And there's just not a whole lot of impetus at this particular point. Everyone's still trying to feel out, okay, are they going to make a deal? Are they not going to make a deal? And until they do, I think that we're probably still going to have trepidation going forward. Now that we've had the breakdown and the shakeout here, we had the nice move above the short algo here, and pretty much the range has become narrow. I think it really became very focused when you put the fib level retrace on like the 5K chart. We'll take a look at it, and it just becomes very tight. It's been that way, other than the dip we had when the healthcare failed, and that just presented an opportunity for people to jump back in. So we had the reset, we had higher highs, lower shakeout, which was classic, and finally had our DOC spread, and it didn't create a whole lot of anything. We weren't expecting a whole lot of anything. You're still fighting to stay in the range. It's not doing too bad, but it's just going to consistently be under. I mean, Europe's got just as many problems as, particularly politically, as America's been dealing with. The rally in bonds, I thought, was baloney. They're still talking about the potential 2 more or 3 even rate hikes in a given year, which seems ahead of the curve, but that's what they want to do. It's crazy. The bond thing was mostly just about a flight to safety, but not a whole lot of the safety needed when there's pretty strong resilience. And I mentioned this on the Skype chat. There's a change in what needs to be for the multiple of the market. And if you're factoring in inflation, you've got to put that into the price tag of the market as well. So I know people complain about PE ratios and all that stuff, but there are other dynamics that impact where price is. The nice spike in oil, it's unusual, probably short-lived. Some of it could be going into the summer setup in the belief that we are seeing a rebound in economic growth. Was an interesting one on this number 2 because we had such a nice improvement in the shakeout, and you're seeing a continuation of that. So some things defy, and a lot of short coverage has been hit pretty hard. We still, I would expect it to move back up into this range that had been established before. That was sort of an equilibrium point. Somewhere over, I think that's probably in the $50, $55 range per barrel. It just seems to be a natural area of profit, as well as, still inexpensive. And gold, slight retrace down, we're all the way back to the ABM. Now you're going to see in the new download will be the changes to both the ABM. You'll probably have been in the process of doing the ones for the, well, you're going to see in the long short algo. You'll obviously have it in the fib level. I'm not going to have the numbers. I keep having them keep reproducing, and even though they're set to delete, it isn't functioning properly on that. So I'm deleting the line numbers. It's not hard to see. You just left click your mouse and your window pops up, or at any point you can go to your info window and have it display. So view your data window, and literally it can pop up, and you can have it permanently as a set aside window, and you can scroll through all the components that it has. So if you need to see what any of those values are for all of them, it's all right there, and that's all the fib levels too. So that's just a preference. Likewise, you can turn off any of these different numbers by just going into the format, and that would be in the input section. Go to inputs, and you can just put any other number than 1, and they'll go off. You won't be seeing the text portion because I'm not even going to have that as an option. And then the line width also adjusted how intense those were, and of course you can adjust your own private adjustment for bars back to determine where the high-low range will begin from, which will make nice little adjustments. And then this is going to be applied to the various strategies that go in. A few of them, particularly when the ABM on the reset, will get adjusted because they'll be more prominent to the various readings that we get from both the Shakeout, Dio, Mega, all of them, and that will be all combined in there to give us the most comprehensive approach, I think. Indicators will probably be going out right over the weekend, since we have the weekend to do it. There isn't going to be anything happening, but certainly before Hong Kong, and you can look for renewal updates. If not, you can always use the previous month's link. It all still works the same. As always, trade well, and we'll talk again later.